how it is, man. We old and we like just figuring out technology.
Oh yeah.
Yo, this is exciting because I want to welcome everybody to the first AlphaFly.co show. Your boy Alex, co-founder, and that's my man Dame. The what did I call you?
The creative executor. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the creative executioner. But I was gonna say the intrepid explorer, my man Dane. Yo, you was right. The headset does look fresh though.
Maybe it's the orange cord.
Yo, it looks fresh. It's all
later we'll give people the behind the scenes on the headset, and then they'll see the humor in all of this.
Yeah, exactly. That's like a layered inside joke.
It is.
Yo, so this is exciting, man. Like, we get to kind of share our vision with the world, in segments, in doses. And,
man.
We can kind of give them. So what are they gonna expect if we turn this into a regular series? What can they expect from us?
That's what I kind of like about it. What can they expect? They can expect the unexpected. But they can expect fun, black intellectual entertainment.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but
I like that.
It's gonna be fly, I tell you that, man. Two cool
definitely
brothers kicking it, talking on topics of substance in relation to aesthetics and arts and gear and experiences. And we that neo-renaissance revolution.
I like that.
Yeah.
So we discussed the format as far as like, and it's not going to be rigid, but we do have a template somewhat. Do you want to reveal the template or?
You go ahead, cause how fast we move, man. I've actually forgotten the template already.
All right, cool. It's all good. It's all good. So basically, what we want to do on a regular basis when we present these shows is well, I guess we should give a little background about who we are, probably. That's always comes in handy. So we are AlphaFly, right? And we are an aesthetic think tank, and we developed the world's first and only aesthetic valuation meter. And this is a big idea, and we are on the forefront. This does not exist until we created it. It is a ruler to measure aesthetics, or to measure things aesthetically, and we categorize it as people, places, things, experiences, and processes. And we have 5 key points, 5 indices, as it were, that we use to as the criteria. There is an accompanying book that breaks that philosophy down, but in this format, we'll get to do it in a video setting. This is so funny. I have a call. I'm going to pause this for 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead, take it.
Actually, why don't you talk while I step away? Just tell them a little more about us, and when I come back, I'll give them the format.
Okay, that's cool. That'll work. So, I'm actually really the flyest one of the group. I wasn't aware you were still there listening. My bad.
With a wardrobe largely provided by me, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, I don't even have a comeback for that one. But Alex is right. This did not exist prior to us bringing it into realization from a simple idea, really. That continued to expand, and we always had an interest in the arts and aesthetics and so forth. And I'll say one thing for me, and Alex knows this about me: I hate compartmentalization, and I hate people trying to tell you that you can only do one thing or you have to choose this or that. And I'm a person that has always been interested in several different things. I hate the labels that people put on that. They call people dilettantes and someone that's not willing to focus, but it's not that. I'm just, like he said, he calls me the intrepid explorer, and I love it. I love the whole concept of exploring and discovering new things. It doesn't matter what it is. The only criteria is that I do have a liking for things that are fly.
Right, exactly.
And, and so yeah.
This is ridiculous. I text this person. All right, never mind. Yeah, and so and that goes back to who we are. We extrapolated a meaning from that word, which is an ethnograph, essentially. That term fly is something that's bantered about the community. But it represents something more than just a faddish urban colloquialism. It really is representative of a particular...
And I'm at a coffee shop, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, so.
But it really is representative of a particular perspective that's born out of the African American community, out of the urban community, and we kind of broke it apart and codified what it means. And I think that we've done that successfully, and we've in a way that no one else has. So having said that, when you see us in these segments, we want to do a few things. We want to break down what the keys mean. So we'll have a little key talk. We'll have an opportunity to interview people, places, things, and experiences. So that should be fun and exciting. And then hopefully we can take recommendations from our audience of what they think is fly. And perhaps sometimes we'll have recommendations and suggestions for our viewing audience. So with that, I think we should get started. And so one of the things that I wanted to kind of embark on during this key talk segment was one of the keys that we deal with in the book. Now I'm going to refer to one of the illustrations in the book. One of the keys that we deal with in the book is nuance. That's one of my favorite ones. Give me like a high arc overview of nuance.
Ah man, you gonna pick the toughest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always kind of refer to nuance metaphorically, like it's like being a part of the inside joke. And so being a part of the inside joke, it requires familiarity, saturation in reference to the subject matter. And so, it's just like in relationships, when you've known somebody for a long time and y'all know each other so intimately that you can see something funny and smile or smirk or wink at each other, and you two know exactly, what's the humor in it. And
right.
I think it's always amazing when you can do that collectively or in mass, with groups of people who, because they're so familiar with the particular subject matter, they can pick up on the hidden punchline or inside joke, metaphorically speaking. And so I always have a particular line from hip hop that I kind of use, because it's funny. I was on Genius one day. I think I was on Genius, but anyway, I was reading a discussion that two people were having back and forth about this particular line, and I'll quote it in a moment. And it was completely over the other person's head, and to the extent that it was surprising, but it was obvious that they just didn't have saturation in the genre of hip hop and black culture. But it was that line that Jay-Z said, where he references Jackie Robinson. You know the line I'm talking about? He was like, I jack, I rob, I sin, I Jackie Robinson, except for when I steal bass, I dodge the pen. And it's like so much nuance in that verse, and it was just interesting to look at two people's perspective. Someone who was obviously saturated in the